Hi friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, August 9th, 2025. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. I hope you had a great week. I know a lot of the country is still under a massive heat wave, so I hope you're able to stay cool. I shouldn't say this, but we've had a relatively mild summer, all things considered. I mean, we've gotten warm, but just for a couple days and then it cools back down. So our summer up here in the Pacific Northwest has been pretty decent, which I apologize for the rest of the country. And I know some areas are suffering from wildfire smoke and all of that. So please take good care of yourselves. I started back to work this week after a month off. It was fine. I get to work from home for the month of August, so it is a nice way to kind of ease back into the school year. So everything went fine, just started having those meetings and getting through those emails. So that is kind of what was my focus this past week, was on getting back in the rhythm of going back to work. I do want to shout out a new Flosstuber, Megan, Megan is a new stitcher and a new Flosstuber. She only has 2 videos up, I think it is. And I'll leave a link to her channel down below so you can go give her some love and check her out. I think you'll really enjoy her videos. She joins us in the magazine monthly cross stitch challenge on our monthly Zoom calls, and she's just such a warm, bubbly personality. She's very fun. She's very sweet. She's working on a full coverage, which I love that as a new beginner. She's like, whatever, let's just jump in with both feet. So she has some other projects on the go as well. So please take a moment to check her out. She is a delight and just such a sweetheart. And I'm excited not only that she is stitching, but that she is jumping into Flosstube. So head on over there and give her a warm welcome from all of us. So thanks for doing that. But Megan, you're doing great. Keep it up. Okay, let's get right into our whips this week. So for 25/7, I am working on what's called Lovely Laundry in here. I think it's usually called Little Helpers by Lucy Heaton. A lot of people are working on this for Robin from the Bird's Eye Stitches, Robin's birthday. So this is what it will look like. I think it's so cute. My plan is to hang this like either in my laundry room or right outside, like on the laundry room door when it's done. And this is where I got to. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count Atomic Ranch in the color Clouds, I think it is, which you can see the clouds. So I realized that I had made a mistake. So these look a little different. I had the dark pink on the inside of the flower. I had it in that, it's $37.99, like that charcoal gray. On the pattern, because I make a working copy, and so sometimes the working copies just aren't quite as clear as the original. So there are 2 symbols that look very similar, especially on my working copy. One is a filled in round circle, and the other one is a filled in heart. And because the copy isn't as clear, if you're just looking at it and not really studying it, they look identical to me. And then I realized, wait a minute, I think that's a separate symbol. So I took out all the $37.99 and I put in, it's a dark pink in the center, which I think does look better. And then it has a little bit of the $37.99 around it. Now, the $37.99 is supposed to be French knots, but I just did X's and I think it looks fine. So that's what I did. And I came down, this is like one of the posts that the laundry is hanging on, the laundry line is hanging on. Yes, and then this is the start of some flowers down here. So that's where I got to. It's coming together. I love the bright colors. It is so cute. It's very cute. This is going to be, it's so fun to work on. It's easy when you can read the symbols correctly. It's easy, it's delightful, it's cute, colors are fun. So that's been really fun to work on. And that I've now met the theme for the month of August in our Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge group. We have a theme and an acrostic each month. The theme is Laundry Day this month. And it is true. I've heard other people comment, we plan the themes and acrostics usually in, September each year for the following year. So we didn't even know this piece existed, and we didn't even plan that it would be for Robin's birthday. You know what I mean? Like, we have ulterior motives for our themes and acrostics. We have like a yearly theme that you try to guess at the end of the year. And so that's how we choose our theme and acrostics, but it's not related to like specific pieces that we have in mind that we want to start. So the fact that it all worked out for Robin's birthday month is just kind of amazing. Okay, and then the other piece for Robin's birthday month is Parkington Manor Sampler by Rosewood Manor, which looks like this. I worked on this twice since you saw me last. So I started up here in this corner, and I'm starting to dip into this, kind of this area is what I'm working on. It's a lot of stitching. So let me talk about an error. Okay, so I'm stitching this on 32 count platinum linen, and here's where we're at. So you can see we did some work in here. Now, last week I showed this. I said it doesn't look, because there's some green in this scrolly bit in that corner. And I said it doesn't look like the photo. The photo does not have green in that scrolly bit. See in there. And a few of you reached out to me by email. I haven't responded to your email yet, but I did see your email. And I looked immediately after last week's video. I went to the Rosewood Manor page, website, and there is a correction. So as a designer, I see how this could happen, and I just, my heart goes out to designers, because you get prints, they have to send everything for printing, and then it's, then you realize you made an error, and it's just like, oh. So in the booklet, the first printing of the booklet has an error in it. She left off a color. The color is Weeks Dye Works Blackboard is what you need, and that's what should have gone in there instead of the green. Now, because of that, the symbols are also off a little bit. So you want to check if you have this, you probably, because this is a new design, you probably have the first print run. Just go to her website and get the correction for Parkington Manor, and it will have the correct colors that you need. You need 2 skeins of blackboard, and it does alter some of these symbols over here. So you just want to make sure that you have blackboard to know which version you have, okay? When I get blackboard, which I think just arrived in the mail today, and I'll show you that in haul, but then I will go back in and do all the scrolly bit with the corrected color. So I didn't get very far. It's totally fine. It happens, and my heart goes out to designers that have to deal with that type of thing, because I could easily see how that would happen. And so yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It is typical Rosewood Manor fashion. It is a lot of color changes and a lot of work, but that's also what makes it so very pretty. The acrostic for this month is linen, and Parkington Manor counted for one of the ends in linen for New Start. All right, next up is Summer Montage for my seasonal Sunday. So this is artwork by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. And we are in block 2 with the watermelon, and we are at the very bottom left corner of the piece. So we are getting ready to go over and go back up. This is just, all of these are stitched on a 32 count Lugana white or antique white. I'm not sure. It's it doesn't really matter because it's full coverage. So here's where we got to. So we did a lot of fill in down here. And then you could see we got this kind of bottom border and this, I think it's the tabletop. That first brown block is done. There's a lot more colors in there than you think. When you look at it, you're like, oh, that'll go fast because it's just block coloring every other. But of course it's not because you have the shading in there. So there's multiple colors in there and it's not quite as fast as you would hope. But it's coming together. So next time I pull this out, which will be tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to continue down here, I think, and then kind of work our way back up. This one, I got 337 stitches last Sunday, and we are now at 8.64% done. So that is looking good. It's fun. It's a fun one. All right. Then we have a finish, a pretty big finish. Woodland Christmas is done. Donezo. Completely done. I finished number 12 on Thursday, I think it was. Okay, so let me show you the whole thing. Look at that. This is by Tiny Modernist. Isn't it so great? I just think it's so cute all together like this. This is by Tiny Modernist, and I was in the Chart of the Month Club, and I think it started in 2022. And I got one chart a month and did not stitch one chart a month. But here we are. This is a Year of Whips finish. It is stitched on a 28 count Dove Gray Lugana or Joblin, I'm not sure, that I had in my stash. It's an even weave. Oh my gosh, it's just darling. I think I want to make, tell me what you think. I don't know. I could frame it, but I have a lot of framed winter pieces and storage becomes a problem. I was thinking of doing like a wall hanging, but I don't know. This one might need to be framed because it is so cute. So let me tell you some information about that. So number 12, block 12. Oh, I guess I should have shown you a close-up of that block. I was just showing you the whole thing. But the one I actually worked on this week, you probably want to see that. This one. So this one in total took me 10.25 hours. There was supposed to be like a tulip here. I took it out and put a snowflake in. I changed his skin color as well to be closer to mine. But yeah, so he took me a little over 10 hours. I started this whole piece on November 15th in 2022 with our first block. Then I finished it on August 7th, which was Thursday, 2025. And in total, if you count all the blocks, now there's some estimation in here. This whole piece took me 121 hours to stitch. Around 10 hours a block, a little more, somewhere a little less. But give or take around 10 hours per block. And that is finished number 9 out of 11 for my Year of Whips. So I have just 2 more. The Biddy Bowl series and then the Antonia by Jen Hicks Create. So those are the last 2. And I think, it's very feasible that both will be done. So I'm excited about that. So that is a big finish, which I'm excited about. Okay, so that's what I worked on. So now I have haul, which I just have a little bit. I have my Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy from Fat Quarter Shop. This came in the mail. This is the July. And we are in the peas with periwinkle, persimmon, pink sand, pistachio, plum, and porpoise. Porpoise. Those are the colors. So those are really pretty. And then I also got my August Classic Color Works colors in the mail this week. The August, and we are also in the piece for that. So we have Plymouth Rock, Poblano Pepper, Pollywog, Prairie Grass, Prickly Pear, and Priscilla's Peppermint. So really, really pretty. Love adding these to my stash, again, from Fat Quarter Shop. And then after last week's video, when I went to the Rosewood Manor website to check on that color, I immediately went and placed an order for the Blackboard floss from Garan. And they mailed it out. And they said, open it on camera, which I'm very nervous about. So they said, open it on camera. My friend Andrea was visiting them when I placed that order. So I said that I wanted Andrea to pack my order. So I don't know what's going on in here, but, I shouldn't show the address, but I literally just got this from the mail. It just arrived this morning. So I walked out to my mailbox. So we're going to open it. I always do that. We're going to open it together, and I can tell that Gary didn't package this because the flap is not covered in tape. All right. So, oh my goodness. Okay. I think that's everything. Okay. Jeez. All right. So we have our order form in here. Okay. So check. And in the package, we have what we ordered and a couple extras. Oh my gosh. We have Gary, a Gary sticker. We have another one. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do with them? This is so... Oh, okay. Who did this? Somebody... tape this part way down. Oh my gosh. It's wrapped again. Oh my gosh. Oh, and here's another Gary. Great. And then here is the floss that I ordered finally. This is the missing floss from the Parkington Manor, but I got a couple little Gary stickers. So those will come in good use for something, I don't know what yet, but I'm sure we'll find a good use for that. So thank you. Thank you all for that fun little package. Oh my gosh. So that's my haul. That's my haul. It just makes me laugh that these stickers exist. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, giveaways. I almost jumped to plans. Let's do giveaways first. Okay, so last week we gave away 3 charts. First of all is Be Merry All by La Di Da. Winners, you will need to email me at czixstitch@gmail.com for your address, and I have a whole bunch to send out. The winner of this is Skippy Lou 7194. So Skippy Lou, please email me. And then we had Poinsettia Place here. And the winner of that is Susan Weber. Susan, who says that she's going to try to do ABC and Go for the first time. She did say it sounds a little confusing, but Susan, I think it's one of those things that it sounds confusing until you jump in and start doing it. And then it makes more sense as you're doing it. So hang with us. Feel free to ask us questions if you have it. And yeah, like you said, she said in her comment, like, worst case, I still get some stitching done. So yes, absolutely. And then last but not least, we gave away this Winter Quail by the Blue Flower. And the winner of this is Lynn Harba. So Lynn, I know you already emailed me your address, so I already owe you a chart that I have not sent out yet, so I will throw this in there as well. So congratulations to the winners on that. I am going to not do giveaways today, just to give me a chance to get all caught up, and then we'll resume probably next week. Okay, let's talk about plans. So plans, continue 25/7 with Lovely Laundry. We are going to work on September Biddy Bowl. This is a club I was in, was it last year? I can't remember now. So this is September. I have September and October, and then I'm done with the whole series. So I am almost done with the fall one, and then I have the cabin to do. Or is it a cabin or schoolhouse? It's a cabin. It's definitely a cabin. So this is where my fall is at. I have some lazy daisy to do, and then I need to pull out my beads because there's some French knots that's supposed to be on like the mushroom and just a couple other places, and I'm just going to put some weight beads in there. I have plenty, so I'm going to do that, and that will be done. This won't take long to finish. And then I will start in on the cabin, except I mixed up the fabric. I put the fall leaves and stuff on the pillow. It shouldn't matter, but yeah, that's what I did. So I'm going to work on that. Summer Montage, of course, will come out for Seasonal Sunday. And then this week's kind of main focus is going to be, this is from the Keepsake 2025 calendar. I haven't gotten my 2026 one yet. Anyway, so this is A Cozy Respite. This is my WIPGO call, one of my WIPGO calls for this month. I started this as a New Year start because I just love it. A girl reading her books in front of a cozy winter window with her kitty cats. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count. It's just a mystery linen. I don't know what it is. And let me show you where I'm at. So this will get 4 days this week. So we should see some good progress on this. So hopefully we'll get a face in there. That would be nice, right? She looks a little creepy right now, but we'll get a face in there, and I'll probably go ahead and do the back stitch so she's a little less, I think she, like her eyebrow maybe has, and her nose maybe has some back stitch. We'll see where we go, but that's where we're at. I just love that background so much. So I'm excited to work on this and give it kind of like dedicated 4 days time. So that will be really fun. Then I got my hair done last night and I slept on it, and so it's kind of all over the place. Okay, so here's the thing. Sarah Stitching Mommy is a very bad influence on me. I'm very impressionable. I'm at an age of my life where I'm very impressionable. So she is doing, and this was, I think Kim Hollenbach is the brains behind this. I decided I'm going to participate in something called the Gridiron Grind, and I am completely copying Sarah Stitching Mommy from this. So this is all her. Well, Kim, I think, is the one who designed it. I am doing what Sarah is doing in terms of the details of it. So my football team, American football, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love them so much. Pittsburgh is such a special place to me. I did grad school in Pittsburgh. I bought my first house in Pittsburgh. I have some very dear friends of mine in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a very special place in my heart. And if you've ever been to or lived in Pittsburgh, you know that the Steelers, like, you can't not be a Steelers fan, okay? It's unlike anywhere I've ever lived. And I grew up in the Midwest where football is supreme. And still, like, Pittsburgh is a whole different level. So what I'm going to do, and this is, again, following Sarah Stitching Mommy, is preseason games start today. Well, they might have started yesterday, but anyway, for my Steelers, they start today. There are 3 preseason games, and I am going to take the final score that the Steelers get, like the final total points that the Steelers get, and for preseason, I am stitching 5 stitches per point, okay? During the regular season, it'll be 10 stitches per point. If they make it to the postseason, which, okay, listen, they haven't been the best lately, but if they make it to postseason, it's 20 stitches per point. And if they make it to the Super Bowl, it's 50 stitches per point. I don't think they will make it to the Super Bowl, but, you know, a girl can dream. So I did make up this little chart, which just lists all the games and who they're playing and what time. One of the nice things about living on the West Coast is that a lot of these games you can see start at 10 in the morning, which is really nice because then it's usually done by around 1 and I can get my stitches in. Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to stitch on. Since I didn't do Tour de France, and I know a lot of you are missing this piece, we're going to do this with Cat Alphabet. This is artwork by Irina Garmashova, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I am here in the first block. Now, we are not going to get the same amount of stitches in that we would during Tour de France. We're just not. Tour de France is like 3,300 stitches or something like that. We're not getting 3,300 stitches. I didn't pick one of the best teams, but being a fan is sticking with your team no matter what. They were very good when I moved to Pittsburgh. They were very good. They won the World Series. They won the Super Bowl twice while I lived there. So they were very good. And anyway. So we're going to take whatever points we can get from them. We're going to see how this goes. If this works, because I think I can get, because like the stitching count is kind of low. But consistently, we may end up with 1,000 stitches over the course of the season. And, that's 1,000 more than I would have if it just sat in my closet. So, yes. So this is what we're going to do. I think the preseason games are on Saturdays. So I should be able to, I think Sunday's going to be my stitching day. Because I tend to have a little more time on Sundays. Saturdays, I film, I run errands, I clean, that sort of thing. Sundays is like laundry, which, you have to get up and change it over, or fold it, but like really you can sit and stitch and while the laundry is running. Anyway, so I may be, there will be a point when I'm probably operating maybe a week behind during the main season, but we'll still get all the stitches in. Okay, so let's look at where we are. This will be our starting point for this challenge, for the gridiron grind. So here's our starting point of cat alphabet. Look at that. That reminds me so much of my Simon, who passed away last October. Actually, 10 months ago today. He passed away on October 9th. So there's my Simon. So it looks like I will be working, you see this L is coming through for alphabet. So I'll probably work down in there. So I know many of you were sad that we couldn't fit in Tour de France this year. And I was pleasantly told to figure out a way to incorporate this. And so I think this will be fun. I'm curious to see how it goes. I have thought about, depending on how my team goes, right? Like if, like doing something like minimum stitches, like if they score 0 points, which is very possible that they would score 0 points in a game, would I still do like 50 stitches or something? You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the time works, especially once the semester starts and all that. But I have a little chart here so I can keep track of who they played. I put the times in just for myself so I would know, like, because we don't get a ton of these games because I'm not in I'm on the other side of the country from Pittsburgh. So we don't get necessarily a lot of these games on my regular TV, and I'm not going to pay for like NFL. It's expensive. And then the score, the number of stitches, and then just a check mark when I've done it. Okay. And then on the other side, I have down here, I have my little cheat chart, which I got that from Sarah. Number of stitches started, number of stitches in, and then the total stitches. And then here we have some things that are unknown, postseason games, Super Bowl if we get it. So that's my plans, and that will start like this week because the first game is today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So I probably won't work on it today because this is extra. This is in addition to my 25/7 and my regular stitching piece. So Sundays I will sit down and do whatever the score of the game ends up. So I'm excited to give that a try. I think it'll be doable. Okay, the other thing is that I am going to get all this cleaned up, get my video uploaded, and then we're going to do a Needlework Marketplace Shop With Me video. So stay tuned for that. You're going to want to watch it probably today or tomorrow if you can, because all the designers have a different deadline for when their charts will come, when you need to get the pre-order in. So I'm getting ready to film that today, so that will be fun. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.